Hi kids, welcome back to Dude Neil's channel. Thank you for being patient waiting for a new video, but here it is. This will be the third installment and actually hopefully my last. I would like to have fleshed this out to its completion, for me at any rate. Anyway, my third video of my theory of everything, or toe, as you may recall. I'm going to merge this one because the point of it is rather short, with the 2024 presidential election, especially the presidential. I do not believe that the presidential will be decided in a little over a week on November 5th, and think that instead we'll have to wait for January 6th when, as we all know, the Electoral College is certified. It's at that point that the fun in America will begin. Either way it goes. I'm going to put this away because I am in a public park. It would not go well if Dude Neil were asked about it. Take off my hat and get comfortable as well. So, we are going to start this theory of everything, number 3, with a verse from the 1919 interpretation by Dwight D. Goddard. And Dwight titled Meditation 3, Restraint. You can go back and see my Dude Neil's video of Meditation 3 if you like, but I'll also post a link in the More section. When a ruler is silent on the subject of virtue, the people are discouraged from practicing it. Meanwhile, a ruler who revels in riches encourages thievery. Value virtue over wealth, and the people's hearts will be at rest. Wise rulers do not accumulate treasures, but seek to quiet the hearts of their people. They soothe the people's appetites and strengthen their bones. They treasure innocence and protect the simple from the schemes of the clever. When a ruler practices restraint, everything will be in peace. Can you see the waterfall behind me? You cannot. Dude Neil chose the wrong spot to sit. How about that? What a beautiful spot, huh? Water pertains to our video. And so Dude Neil has brought you to Fountain Creek here in Manitou Springs. I am in Shriver Park. So, I now find humor to be like a compass needle, representing a magnetic detail that we need to guide us in our voyage. The needle, like the damage done, is not the compass, but one is useless without the other. This is called yin-yang. The detail is a unique quirk of impression, shall we say, deposited by time on the electron. It steers the path of our particle interpretation, what we call our universe. All that we see. It's guided, if you will, or trips over these impressions left by time within different frequencies and along the way. Our compass, then, is a vast idea born of quantum foam, I'm going to contend. I have explained how we can deduce that this is an illusion, so we'll proceed as if that's a given. You will likely not still be listening if you did not at least find it interesting. And Dude Neil dislikes repeating an accepted point. That is why I do not listen to Rachel Maddow. There, I say there's some of that humor, kids. Don't get hooked on it. It's the end of our humorous diversion for this moment. You might be asking how that magnetic impression affects our vibration. This is a very astute question for Dude Neil, and I shall attempt to guess at an answer. It creates a past and makes for possible replies or new compass points from our momentary actions. They give our story a direction or continuity. I'll let that sink in before mansplaining how these impressions are created by time, what they are made of. I did that already, didn't I? Well, we suspect an electron can be everywhere all at once, and that would include within time. Remember, time is the only other real thing inhabiting the real Tao, or the fully expanded, homogeneous universe. Our electron might do this by the automatic generation of twin electrons, in fact, and possibly moons are a representation of how our electrons create opposite electrons, and they live within dimensions of time as well, or frequencies of time, in my view. I think a frequency is in fact a dimension. So we suspect an electron can be everywhere. Oh, yes, I said that already, isn't it? If those twin electrons experience stories throughout time, then we can reason that each of us are also the ancestors of our respective family trees. That our electron is actually living their life, or did live their life, or is living their life simultaneously in connection with this illusion we call a life. And that is why our ancestors' experiences resonate for us. You see, I'm tying in November 1st, which is the Day of the Dead as well. So in this way, history is not an illusion, as Dude Neil has been saying in 2 other videos, but sort of like an ongoing bruise. If we accept that idea, then it might be helpful to listen again to Spinoza. It would mean that he was along, if not at, the right conclusion for how we are all, everything is merely a reflection of myself, because I am creating it. That includes our political situations and conversations. In fact, it most heavily includes those. We are the manifestation, I am saying, of our ancestors' hope. The emotion of hope, mind you, not the intelligence of it. And that feeling is developed only by experiencing the data. So we need sensory tools, a brain and a body, in order to interpret that quantum data. The data that is rushing past and through us within this frequency, and possibly our twin electrons. It's not karma, but yin-yang at work. Electromagnetic energy is continually attracted to an opposing pole. It will never end. So forgiving ancestors is really to forgive ourselves by this theory. We can then begin developing more positive energy by accepting that forgiveness and moving forward with our new enlightenment, making us aware at each moment of our new existence as we forge a new path. Where focus goes, energy grows. Hopefully that new path will be positive, and new positive energy can begin to turn the yin-yang wheel firmly in the positive direction. Let me ask you a question. Does a water molecule change from the cloud to its river's end? Does it vanish for reaching that dead end? Well, of course not. Then why would that molecule not represent our electron as well? We can't help but be like water, Bruce, because we are one. Or rather, water is us. And what about our current... we can only address what we trip over or become mindful of. So we must create a conflict within us which brings pressure of that data stream into a focus. We regularly do this within ourselves, and our external environment is merely a representation of that conflict, that pressure. It is our attempt to play out possible scenarios and accept whichever flow out in this vibration. McDonald, and Harris are reflective of ourselves. Electrons obeying our collective magnetic resonance of this vibration. The healthier and clearer our ego, the less physically painful our story will therefore be, or the more positive it will be. And the reason we hold these conversations. So we use meditation to become mindful of ego and taint. This is the function of correct action, or wu-wa, wu-wei. I guess it's wu-wei. I always want to call it wu-wa. I'm high a lot. So what then becomes of nirvana, dude? Without nirvana, what becomes of Buddhism? Well, without karma, there is no possibility for nirvana, so Buddhism does not survive. Yes, this brings an end to Dudism, but, quoting Kurt Vonnegut Jr., so it goes. All things are impermanent. We are left with the Taoist Taijit, creating eternal negative along with eternal positive strength. And our experience turns on which one is producing a dominant vibration. So as Gordon Lightfoot sang, and the wheel goes round. So this is the big deal, kids. That's all of it. At least in my opinion, man. But I am a Judas priest. So let's all chill now, okay? Dude Neil is going to go home and address to more mundane matters. Take care, kids. Until next time, peace and wellness.